Scary, right? Can you imagine being surrounded by Antifa? Our next guest was, not once, all these scary encounters. Andy Ngo has been reporting on this for almost a decade, and now under the Trump administration, they have been designated a terror organization. And we've learned this. How strong is their undercover operations? Well, Antifa folks hosting a covert training conference in Philadelphia starting tomorrow. So-called skill shares, educational sessions, they call them, where activists gather to learn street-level strategies, militant in nature. There's workshops. They're taught on how to evade law enforcement, elude capture, don't turn yourself in, be fugitive, the description says. The other training conferences have been held in other soft-on-crime blue cities like Chicago and Indianapolis. It is clearly organized, funded, and now focused in on this administration to try and stop it. Let's bring in, again, someone who has put his life on the line to expose Antifa. So pleased to have Andy Ngo with us. He's also the senior editor at the Post Millennial. He's a New York Times bestselling author. This is his book. It is a must-read, Unmasked, Inside Antifa's Radical Plan to Destroy Democracy. Andy, welcome to Newsline.
Thank you.
You know, you've been doing this for a long time and we've been following it, but now it seems like there is sort of this breaking open, if you will, sort of a mainstream accepting the fact that this is terror, this is organized, this is funded. Tell us about your concern when you see, for example, the event in Philadelphia happening in plain sight. They're not lying about their intentions.
Yeah, these type of events have been training events have been happening across the U.S. for many, many years, and they're regular. They're used to recruit and to network and to train in some of the basics of militancy and criminal conspiracy. I am thankful that the current administration appears to take the threat of Antifa very seriously, given the 2 executive orders that were signed related to Antifa and far-left domestic terrorism. The violence has been at this peak level for nearly a decade now, ever since President Trump entered the political scene. And in the process, people have died, people have been killed. There are those who have been maimed and injured, myself speaking as a victim. And there have been neighborhoods and businesses and properties burnt and occupied during this long decade.
I do want to let our viewers know, Andy, I mean, in 2019, you're there in Portland. You were attacked. You got a brain hemorrhage. You're with another journalist, Katie Davis-Court. She's attacked. She chased down the suspect. Then he's released. I mean, this is horrifying to think that you could have lost your life at the hands of this group. You know, the Portland's governor apparently doesn't think any of this is a problem. What's your message to people who are saying, it's just one block, this isn't real?
This is like some sick Groundhog Day film that's playing out. It's the same as 5 years ago, as 6 years ago, 7 years ago when I was beaten and assaulted. Journalists then and now have been beaten and assaulted, sometimes within the view of law enforcement. You mentioned my colleague, Katie Davis-Court. She was just beaten 2 days ago on the head with somebody who used a flagpole. And she flagged down an officer with the Portland police because this happened on city property outside the ICE facility. And he went up to the person and just let that person walk away and escape. And now the Portland police have put out a tweet asking the public to identify this person whose face is mostly covered. I mean, I never had any justice in the 3 times that I was assaulted in Portland. And I don't know what needs to happen.
Wow.
We have, unfortunately, in Portland and other cities, quite abysmal leadership at law enforcement and in the city and state levels.
Yeah. And they're recruiting and they're organized. As we talked about what's happening in Philly, we had a sniper who shot at detainees, could have taken out an ICE agent in Dallas. You know, Andy, you're very obviously vocal about what happened to you. You're not backing down. Are you still out on the streets of Portland, sort of working this, frontier to continue this, or how do you do it, and how do you do it knowing that how dangerous it truly is for you there?
Well, I'm from Portland, Oregon originally, but I had to relocate not just outside of my home city, but outside of the US altogether because of death threats against me. Dozens of reports made to the Portland police over the years, not leading to a single conviction. So I do my reporting remotely because being on the ground, there are people there who would want to kill me and regularly threaten to do so.
Unbelievable. But we know people are out in the streets of Portland trying to expose it. And as your stories share and your firsthand accounts, it does need to be exposed. Andy, no, appreciate it. I hope you come back and join us. And thank you for your courage.
My pleasure.